Hey guys, welcome to our new hockey show, Healthy Scratches. We're going to be using content from across Barstool's platforms on hockey. Jordy, we got Spittin' Chicklets, the Snipe Selly guys. We're going to use everyone here to cover, of course, the playoffs and all the top hockey stories going forward. We've got Frankie Borrelli, DP Sign Kid. We've got YP, Sick Mitts, me, I'm a Beer League Bruiser, JSB, and let's get to talking some hockey.
It's just two chicks and YP talking hockey. That's really all it is.
You got to wear the hat, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're not going to act like the NHL dress code for a Healthy Scratch is going to stop
Definitely
me from
not.
wearing a hat.
I mean, this wasn't my best effort as far as like color coordination.
This is from apparently upstairs closet.
Well,
so.
Yeah,
listen, we're a mismatch of people. We dress a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to let the dress code stop me from showing I have a very feminine forehead. And that's why I don't like to.
Well, we'll have to uncover that as the series goes on.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm very self-conscious.
I have a feminine forehead, I hope. Like,
you're
I don't know.
That's what I said.
That's,
that's why we're two chicks and a guy talking hockey.
And we're going to start things off speaking from the heart, of course. We just want to pay a tribute to the Humboldt Broncos hockey team, all of the victims and their families that are dealing with such a tragic loss. We all know junior hockey is special in Canada. I covered the team, I know that community, and I know that this extends beyond just a hockey team, but this is the community, this is a culture and a fabric of Canada and sports, so it's a tough one.
It's brutal. It's one of those stories that you actually feel bad telling people that haven't found out yet. Like, I know I told my mom, did you hear what happened last night? And it's like, it actually made me sick to my stomach retelling what happened and then hearing people's reactions for the first time. It's something that really hits you hard. It's like everyone knows growing up playing sports, those road trips are the best times of your lives. So it's like, man, prayers out to that.
There may be no better time of life than these kids' age.
That's right.
Like riding on a bus.
So much promise, so much. I mean, these kids are all at the top of their levels at their game that they love to play. So I mean, prayers out to that whole entire community because that's a tough blow. Yeah,
I mean, it's really cool to see the way that the hockey world has responded, but I mean, nothing is going to fix what happened. It's just like one of those things, just an empty pit. It's like you look at the pictures, like, good Lord.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. Watching the vigil last night too was just very difficult. So you guys can donate to help the families out, kind of sort of soften obviously what's been a very difficult blow for them with the GoFundMe page, www.gofundme.com/Fund the Humboldt Broncos. And also we're doing Saturdays Are for the Broncos. So you're going to want to buy those shirts, support it, and 100% of the proceeds go towards the families of the victims as they try to find a new life as we go forward. Now on to something a little bit lighter. I guess if you are not a Rangers fan in particular, which would be Frankie.
I wonder who that would be.
Alain Vigneault, coach of the Rangers, was fired this weekend. First time that they hadn't made the playoffs in 5 years. He seemed shocked to be fired.
First time since 2010, but he's been the coach for 5 years. First time he didn't make the playoffs. Alain Vigneault, this is just the first piece to fall. Actually, the first piece to fall was when they dismantled the team this year, right?
Yeah.
Now it's Alain Vigneault. This is, as an Islander fan, or even if you're a fan of the Metropolitan Division, you love to see anything bad happen to the Rangers, and having their coach that I mean, his first year they made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. The guy has won, I think, 6 playoff series, and now all of a sudden he just gets fired at night. Like, they don't even give him the next day to have his exit meeting. He just fired at night.
Even his post-game comments, he was like, "Oh yeah, the coaches and I going forward, blah blah blah. We'll rebound next year." It's like, no, you're done.
I do think a lot of Ranger fans are kind of happy to see him go though, because he never took responsibility for why the Rangers weren't succeeding. He'd always say, well, the GMs have their own way of doing the team, and we're just going to keep coaching the best that we can with what we have on the ice. And he also was not very good with these rookies. So with this new style that the Rangers are going on, they're going away from the long contracts and the veterans.
New style where they try to act like
they actually try and act like a real hot. Yeah, exactly. He's been quoted on saying, veteran guys, they have money in the bank. And I'm going to choose a guy who's played the game over a kid that doesn't know what he's doing. So I can totally see why they did it. I'm just happy to see Ranger fans just the dumpster fire that is the New York Rangers right now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe your boy King Henrik will be next. Who knows?
That's just the next domino to fall. That is just the next domino to fall.
I mean, it's tough whenever you see teams miss the playoffs like this that have been consistently making it, kind of like the Chicago Blackhawks. People were calling for Coach Q earlier this season. It's like, do teams just burn out and maybe after a bunch of long runs, it's like they just have an off year, but the team is still there? It's very hard to tell, and nowadays it's like the switch is very quick.
Yeah, I mean, he's He's done so much for this team. You think that maybe when they dismantled everything at trade deadline, it was just like a stay of execution. But he's not a bad coach. Like he
been in the league for
took
16
Vancouver
years.
to the Stanley Cup as well. Like he's gone to the big dance. He knows how to win. And also, speaking of those long contracts, Ilya Kovalchuk reportedly going to be signing a 2 to 3 year deal for $6 million a year with the Rangers.
I mean, he wants to play with Tavares. What do you want? They're going to be...
John Tavares is going nowhere, number
be a
one. Number
dynamic
two,
duo.
John Tavares is going nowhere, number one. You can tell by the way he finished the season. He didn't pick up a puck. He didn't look at. He didn't even smile. He just went right off the ice. He's coming back. Number two,
He's coming back.
the New York
Because if
Rangers,
he was leaving, he would do the salute.
he would have done the whole thing.
Yeah,
he
I'm sure he'd make a big public thing and tip his hand that
He
he's
would
going
have
to
done the
crush
whole
your
thing.
dreams and
Let's
all
talk about the
Islanders
New York
fans.
Rangers being America's team. You know, the red, white, and blue colors. They're taking America's biggest hater. Ilya Kovalchuk hates America. He's proved that. He left the NHL.
He was with the
left
Devils, and now he's just going across the river to the Rangers.
All he's done his entire life is trash the NHL. And now he's coming back, and the Rangers are like, "Come on, Ilya." First of all, it goes against what they're trying to do too.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
literally a
biggest
signing
thing.
from like 4 years ago. It's like
Fuck that.
the Eric Stahl trade. It's everything.
Yeah.
I mean, how far is Newark from Madison Square Garden? You could almost hit it with a rock. And they watched
10
him
miles.
absolutely shit on that franchise.
Destroyed their franchise.
And they're like, "Hey, Ilya, why don't you?"
Also, but to
What do
the
we do?
same token, I mean, they signed him to what, a 15-year, $100 million deal? 15
Yeah,
years?
17, I think.
It was originally 17, and then
Yeah.
the league was like,
Who am
no,
I to
we're
say
not
anything?
doing
The
that.
Islanders signed DP for like 150 years and he played 12
He's not
games.
kidding. Who are you talking
I
about?
can't really throw stones at the long contract.
That worked out, I guess, like a little bit better. Guys, of course, the playoffs are starting this week. So excited. Go Leafs go. Unpopular opinion in the office. We're going to break that down on tomorrow's episode. But before then, 2018, there's some big disappointments, surprises. A lot of stuff happened. First off, guys, what was the best, I guess, performance by a player that kind of surprised you? Frankie, start with you.
I'm going with Nathan McKinnon on the Colorado Avalanche. This guy put up 97 points this year on a team that really surprised a lot of people. The Avalanche snuck into the playoffs. They are a very good team, and especially after losing Duchesne, you know, that was a huge thing over the summer. He hasn't put up more than 60 points since his rookie year, so he was always that type of player that was, all right, Nathan McKinnon has a lot of skill, and he's on a kind of a bad team, but they have a lot of skill on that team. When is he ever going to do it? And of course, the year that Duchesne goes, he puts up 97 points and gets his team to the playoffs. That was the biggest surprise to me.
Duchesne sitting outside of the playoffs.
Outside of the playoffs, which could also be a big surprise too.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy as well that Colorado, they didn't do too much last offseason,
Right.
and everyone's kind of looking around like, you guys were the worst team in the league. You don't do too much.
They went from 48 points to like 94 points.
Unbelievable.
crazy.
With pretty much the same core. I mean, it's not really a surprise, but Andrei Kopitar putting up, went from 52 points and then absolutely exploding 92. He took the Kings, who another team kind of like the Rangers, had some struggles out of nowhere with basically the same cast, and he put him on his back. I mean, maybe an MVP candidate to me, but my biggest surprise got to be Jonathan Marchessault. A little bit of French
Little
there.
French accent on there.
For the Vegas Golden Knights, a guy, nothing gets me going like a guy that's high skill, that loves the game, that's always played well, but never really had the chance. He had a great year with Florida, and now he's just a stud for Vegas. It's like, that's what you want to see in the league.
Colorado and Vegas, arguably the two biggest surprises in the best way. William Karlsson, Wild Bill, scoring over 40 goals, incredible. And my guy for the Avalanche is Mikko Rantanen, who had like a very basic season last year. It was like 28 points or something, and he has like 84 this year. So that's part of that McKinnon line as well.
Right.
Disappointments.
I mean,
Start with you.
the whole St. Louis Blues. Am I allowed to pick a team?
You can pick whatever you want.
I mean, for Christ's sake, the Blues, it's like, I'm not going to complain too much because
You know what's
Islanders,
coming next.
Yeah, I mean, you got
You
it
know
worse.
what's coming next.
You got it worse. But man, I'm telling you what, this team, it's like they're not even bad enough to be bad good, if that makes sense. Like they're not even like getting draft picks and recouping. They're just right in the worst spot. Last game of the season, choking out. It's like, good.
They
God,
gave you a little bit of hope.
You did want that though, didn't you say you wanted a shock to the
Somewhat to
organization
maybe,
not-
but who knows if this is going to be the shock that the
Right.
fans in the St.
Yeah,
Louis
you didn't want them to make it because it just would have flamed out already. Frankie, quickly, what do you got?
My biggest disappointment, as is every year, the New York Islanders, yet again, did not provide what they needed to provide to make the playoffs. As they have a very high-skilled team. They have John Tavares, Matt Barzal. They came into the season with Eberle. They have Andrew Ladd, and they still can't get it fucking done. The last year of John Tavares'
That's just going to haunt you for the
It makes
offseason.
me so angry.
All right, guys, we got to go right now. Stay tuned. Tomorrow, we got Healthy Scratches. Let's go hockey.